Welcome back. We're ready for a boss battle.
Boss battle.
We were going to talk about something.
Yeah, we were. We were going to talk about Xanga.
Oh, yeah, Xanga, dude. My Xanga, as I left it, the background...
What was your Xanga name?
It might have been Fargo Poot.
Fargo Poot?
Yeah.
Mine was Tyler, Destroyer of Hollywood.
It was either Fargo Poot or the Poot. That was a nickname for like 1 or 2 years. Poot. Just Poot.
I wanted it was before Tyler the Creator. I
Yeah.
was Tyler the Destroyer.
Nice.
It was.
That's where you got the inspiration from.
That's where he did. Yeah, he wanted to create things where I destroyed them.
I had, at the time, the last time I had my Xanga, it had, the background was a splash page from Green Lantern Rebirth of Kyle Rayner.
That's what I miss about
And then-
those old
How
social
how
media.
customizable it was.
Yeah.
Like you
I
put
had
music behind
yeah,
it.
that's what I was gonna
Yep.
say. I had I don't know. I had Under Pressure. I think was playing in the background. I think
I had like Tiny
I changed
Tim.
it around.
I
a
had
lot.
Tiny Tim. I had a bunch of like
I'd have
really
Gorillas.
ear-
I'd have
I think I had
Coheed.
Ozzy.
Yeah.
It was always old
I had
metal
like
that.
really bad memeing songs.
Yeah, I had like Coheed. I had Gorillas. I'd have. I had Under Pressure at the time. I don't know why.
I had If You
Well,
Want
it's
to
a good
Be
song
Happy
on
for the Rest of Your Life,
Yeah.
Never make a pretty woman your wife.
Yep. The last post I made on there was about my guitar.
That's what he's singing right now.
Oh
I
shit.
think. I think that was the last post I had.
I wish you could go back and look at your old Xangas.
You used to be able to, and then a company bought Xanga,
Yep.
and now to do it, you have to like pay for them to like dig it out of the archives.
You
Yep.
can't go to Wayback Machine?
You
I
might
don't
be
know.
able to. I haven't
awesome.
tried that. Oh,
Wow! Rasputin's trying to kill you, dude.
I didn't even
Wants
hit the
your
right
penis.
keys there. And it worked.
Nice.
Look at all those bullet holes.
Oh! What does luego mean?
It's
Later?
The way I go.
Does it mean later?
Hasta means later, right? Or
See ya.
I thought it was see ya.
I didn't take
Because
Spanish.
hasta mañana means see you tomorrow.
oh yeah, probably that then.
Oh boy.
But hasta luego.
Oh, he's a scorpion king.
Nice, dude.
Centipede man.
Is that centipedes?
Luego. I bet it means
I'm looking it up.
see it. Luego.
You know what I was thinking about the other day?
What
Oh,
were you
cool.
thinking about?
Okay, so it does mean see you later.
Okay.
What a cool thing to say, Leon.
How
You should have said like Hasta Fiego or something like that.
I
Hasta
was
Fiego.
Hasta the
Hasta-
fuego.
hasta fuego. See you in fire.
You in hell, yeah.
Oh boy.
I was thinking the other day about like,
Is there a
man,
yellow one? There it is.
what did I do before Wikipedia? Because I was already looking shit up. Then I remembered my ass was on Encarta Encyclopedia all the time.
Encarta?
You remember that shit?
I remember Encarta.
Is he up here?
The Wikipedia before Wikipedia,
Oh jeez.
but it was like the internet version.
Yeah. But was there a lot of curated things, or was it just done by the programmers?
It was literally
that ran the site?
it was literally it wasn't a website. It was a digital encyclopedia.
Right. It was just encyclopedia. Then.
Yeah, it was an application. Or,
Heal up, Sean. Heal up. You
or a
wanna get
program
smacked?
for your computer.
You're right.
It didn't have
I
info
thought I
on
could take one more hit.
every single thing, but I mean, like, you know, it had info on a lot of stuff.
No, that's.
And I did that shit all the time. And I was like, oh yeah.
What was a search engine you used way back in the day that wasn't Google?
Ask
or,
Jeeves.
Or
I don't remember.
Legos?
Yeah, ask Jeeves. I really don't remember.
Do you remember? I think it was Hotbot.
Hotbot? No.
That was the AIM bot, wasn't it?
No, I don't think so.
Like, I don't remember how I found websites.
Same.
That's how long it's been. Where it's just
well,
like, how
that's-
did I mean, other than the, like,
I found Shockwave from the Angry Kid commercials.
You remember Netscape?
yeah. Hasta luego. If it was like a
Netscape
band
Navigator.
or something, I just the easy thing was
God.
always just it's their bandname.com, right?
Bandname.com.
So that was easy. Stuff like that. But like for other stuff, I don't even know. Like, cause I was looking at like entertainment news, like movie stuff and like comic book stuff, kind of.
Yeah, wasn't like Ain't It Cool one of the original like
Movie
media
ones.
movie stuff?
It still looks like no one's updated the website since then. Fuck Harry Knowles.
Fuck Harry Knowles, dude.
Yeah.
This is garbage.
The dude was so obsessed with movies, but it's like, yeah, but what type of person you are, you know? Like,
Yeah. I used to go to that site like religiously. It was one of my websites I went to every day, where I had on my computer, I just have the tabs for all the websites I checked every day, and I checked them in that specific order every day. And I still hold to that, even though I don't use tabs anymore. Like, I still go to Superhero Hype first every day. I still go to Ultimate Guitar second. And then, like, third usually was, like, Ain't It Cool. Now it's CBR. And then, so it's like I have like, a list of, and then Hip Hop DX and BleedingCool.com. Those are the websites I check every single day in that exact order.
You
every
are
day.
OCD.
I do, and very specific things. Very specific things.
You dick.
That's just your autism. It's fine.
But it was more so just like that's how I got used to it, right?
Yeah.
Doing it on my computer all the time with the tabs, it would just go down. But
I would use Stumble Upon. Remember Stumble
Stumble
Upon?
yeah.
Upon was cool.
That was
I
like
just-
late 2000s or
I never
2010s.
seriously used it.
I did. I always found really interesting things.
I
on
just
there.
like every
I
once in a
curated
while.
so many cool stuff from mine.
Every once in a while, I'd get bored and just be like, "Oh, let's stumble upon something."
Yeah.
And then I'd do that for a little bit, and I'd be like, "All right,
I miss the Wild West of the internet.
Same.
right."
Everything's too civilized.
A lot of it, yeah. You forget how much of it was word of mouth. Mm-hmm.
All the urban legends and stuff.
Yeah, because of the lack of search engines.
I saved
like
so
that's how I
many, like-
found out about Newgrounds and like
Right.
albino black sheep and
Mm-hmm.
like all that stuff.
Friend Society.
Yep, a Homestar Runner. Like it was all just
Weevil
because
stuff.
Yeah, it was like the OG memeing, dude. Like it was just like it was all friends
Yeah.
who somehow found it because their friend told them about it. It was like my neighbor across the street was the person that showed me Homestar Runner, and like the third video we watched was fucking the system is down. The system.
Strong Bad's
is down.
techno song.
Yeah, like that episode was the third one we watched, and I still like remember that shit.
I don't know if you saw, but his eyeball popped out.
Yeah.
Pooped out of his head.
Hell yeah, dude. I half
It was his red
expect
one,
it
wasn't
in a
it?
game like this.
So that was the question we had earlier.
But all that shit
Was which
red.
eye was it?
Remember hearing about Dragon Ball GT before it got released here?
I remember
Same, I thought, like, my friends
thinking
were, like,
Super
lying to
Saiyan
me.
5 was a real thing
Yeah.
for the longest time.
Like, cause like the same friend I found out about Homestar Runner from,
Yeah.
he had a friend, and he would somehow
Ooh.
get the
It was the red
Japanese
He eats it.
episodes of GT at the time, which I don't know how the fuck he did that. And like, you know, DBZ was still like
Kind of brand new.
kind of new here, yeah. And I remember talking to him on the phone, and he was talking about, it's like, oh yeah, dude, Trunks and Bulma have a kid, and like,
Trunks and Bulma?
or not Trunks and Bulma, Vegeta and Bulma have a kid. Like he told me about Trunks, but it was like
If he
he's
said
talking
Trunks and
about,
Bulma, I'd be like,
about like
what the fuck?
about GT though, like stuff like that. And it's like, oh yeah, and Vegeta and Bulma have a daughter in this, whatever. And they told me about the scene from one of the first episodes. It might even be the first episode where they're driving after Bra has just had a shopping spree, and Vegeta's driving, and some dudes pull up next to him, and they start hitting on her, and he gets really mad, and he rams their car like 2 or 3 times, and then reaches over and rips off their steering wheel. Like he told me about that back in late 90s, early 2000s, before GT made it here, and then so I had no idea, and like I'd found out about Super Saiyan 4 and shit like that. I had no idea if this was real or not, or
Same.
if this kid was just lying. And then so when I watched GT when it came out, and I saw that scene of the steering wheel getting ripped off, I was like, holy shit, there it is, dude. Like you found shit somehow.
Yeah.
It just found its way because people, well, like the internet, people like to share things with their friends, right?
Yeah.
It's just, it was more analog then. When did Google even happen? on a wide scale.
Google?
Yeah.
What was
As
Google?
a search engine.
Yeah, what was Google before Google? Like, was it something?
It was Google with an exclamation point.
Yeah.
And it had how many O's was how many pages your search was. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
It's a Google.
yeah.
Yep.
It's a Google.
I don't remember what year that came around, though. Oh, YouTube was like 2004. Right? Was it 2001? That'd be like 2004.
Yeah, it's later than one.
It had to be 2004. But yeah, then I think about that, and I was like, where was I watching videos? You know what I mean?
No, I know.
Yeah. Well,
But
Shockwave,
it was,
Newgrounds.
but it was, yeah,
Those
the
were like the
Newgrounds,
go-tos.
fucking Albino Black Sheep, like all those places. It was websites
it's
that
the
had
castle.
videos embedded in them. But it was like, what the fuck? It's weird to think about.
Yeah.
The internet.
The internet
yes,
before what it
stop.
is now. It's all about how many ads you can put on your videos and get sponsored and monetize everything. It's a weird game now. It's not like the creators do it for like, oh, this video is brought to you by Squarespace. This video is brought to you by this and that.
Yep.
It's like that's fine because that, you know, you can prolong your, you know, you
Yep.
can make it a living, I guess. But you know, doing what we do, we're just sitting here chilling and like, I don't expect to get paid and have sponsors.
Yeah.
Fuck sponsors. We're
know.
not sponsored.
Some of those dudes, yeah, were there from the beginning, like Rhett and Link, were
Okay.
there like real early.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, and that is still a thing.
Yep.
They were there almost immediately.
Yeah, they were popular just in
Doing like the music videos and the
Burger King music video stuff.
And then when they started doing the commercials, fucking Chuck Testa, dude.
Chuck Testa.
They were Chuck Testa. When I found that out, I was like, wait a minute, they did Chuck Testa?
Yep.
I was like, oh my god.
They did some like
Nope, Chuck Testa.
they did
Come on, Ashler.
Dick Drugs.
Yeah.
I think it was Dick Drugs.
Yeah, it was, yeah, it's weird.
Dick Drug, maybe it was.
YouTube was the Wild West. Mm-hmm. The internet was the Wild West. But we grew up, we're in such a weird generation where it's like,
We're like pre-YouTube,
well, we grew up
pre-cable.
as it was like in its like infancy, right?
We saw it evolve.
So it's like we were there. We were
Internet's been
there.
around since the 70s.
I know, but like, I mean, like the internet as we
Yeah.
know it. You know
When
what
it
I mean?
became
Like,
more accessible with
Yeah.
56K.
Where everybody
Yeah.
uses it,
And
it's like a
modems.
public service now.
That
It wasn't
happened-
really a public
Yeah.
service back
that
in the day.
happened in our youth. You know
Yep.
what I mean? So it was like,
We saw every brand move to online ads, and online ads are now their biggest profit margin, I think, than
Yep.
it is televised ads.
we
I
were there.
don't miss pop-up ads though.
Yeah.
Those shits
They have
were
for real.
horrible.
We were there at its infancy, but like, so like our parents are generations old enough to like, as long as they know basics, that's cool and it's whatever. Like they don't need or really want to use it that intensely, like technology in general.
Do your parents use tech?
Yeah.
Are they
But I mean, like-
they pretty savvy.
Yeah. I mean, with the very basic level. My dad is. My mom knows nothing.
If you told your mom to open File Explorer, what would she do?
She would have no idea what the fuck that is.
She'll say, "Bracho, you do it."
And the generation after us now benefits from that technology being here, and they're growing with it. We're in this weird spot where we're like now, like we were there for the infancy, but because of how fast it moves, we're now getting like too old to grow with it. You know what I mean?
It's what do they call it? They call it almost the singularity that's going to happen, where
Yeah.
technology and
The
how we
development.
relate with
Yeah.
it, like it's going to become simultaneous, and like it's going to be hard to disconnect from it.
Yeah, it wasn't fully integrated when we were younger. Now
We're
it is.
so close. We're so close to having this be like a little thing you implant in your head.
Yep. Things we have to think about and learn.
We did it.
Kids are just kind of naturally understanding now. Where us, it's actually an effort still for some stuff.
But
to
I'm
keep,
still-
keep
I'm-
up with things.
I'm still eager to learn more about.
Oh
a
yeah,
bunch
there
of
always
different
is
tech.
people, but there's going to be like our parents' generation, where it's a large chunk just who cares? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's whatever.
Because they can claim to be the greatest generation.
That was the generation before.
Well, it's still like in my family. I still have people that are from the greatest
Oh
generation.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Still
my
got
uncles.
people around from the World War II era.
Oh yeah. My grandma's still around.
Nice.
My great uncle's still around. He was fighter pilot in World War II.
So my great uncles are around, but they're younger.
Oh God.
One of them,
You fucking snake.
one of them, I don't even think is 70 yet. He might be 70. He's got to be 70. Maybe. And then like his older brother is like early 70s maybe. So like my youngest great uncle was in Nam. He was young and went over in Nam. But
Eat an egg, Ashley.
Right.
my family's very much like middle of the generation. You know what
Sure.
I mean? Like,
My mom's an echo boomer, I guess you can call it.
yeah.
I think that's what the general term was.
What's an echo boomer?
The kids of boomers.
That's Gen X.
Well, they called them echo boomers.
Or no, Gen X was the kids of. So, boomers go from like 1946 to 1964, age-wise. So my parents are the very tail end. My dad was like 62 and my mom was 63 or some shit like that when they were born. But they're the very tail end. And then like the generation after that was Gen X. And then starting in 1981 is the millennials. And then starting in like 96, I think is the Zoomers.
Zoomers?
Yeah. So it's like
I'm going to do a quick check on echo boomer because that's what my mom would call herself.
maybe it's that
Maybe it's
kind
like a
of,
proto boomer.
that tweener generation.
Echo
You know?
boomer generation.
Or echo boomer millennials.
That doesn't sound right. How old are echo boomers? Yeah, that's probably right.
Baby boomers 46 to 64, yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But there's that kind of
We did it. OCD
Hey.
conquers all.
I think as far as millennials with echo boomer, I think they're like maybe they're saying like
Wait, what?
because you hear a lot of like Zoomers calling millennials boomers now. So there's like echo boomers is like
That's
kind
what
of
I hate.
echoing
The generation wars. It always brings up name
Yeah,
calling.
we're in a generation that the generation before us and the generation after us hate us.
I know. Why? What'd we do? We're just sitting here making our tech. and, like,
Millennials turns out we're at the beginning and the cusp of so much shit, but turns out we were like in the worst position we could have been in. Just timing wise, the way things in society and economy and everything was just did not line up well for millennials.
Nope. We
Not
didn't
at
have
all.
a world war in our
No.
generation to, or we didn't have like a Nam. We didn't have any like what do we have?
Desert Storm.
Desert Storm. What was that?
Desert
War
Storm. We
on
were
Terror.
babies then too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, yeah, we weren't even.
War on Terror. That was like right
And
when
that
we were
was-
in high school and getting out of high school.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
War on Terror. Yeah,
Yeah, that's-
like I want Cold War to happen again.
It's never stopped, Tyler. That's the secret.
That's what I think.
Well, no,
Cold
it's
War's-
true. It's
Cold War
we
has
stopped-
never stopped. It's always like a
No,
subterfuge
it always is.
and
Every
espionage.
war pretty much that we've been in since World War II is essentially a proxy war with Russia.
Pretty much.
Every
yeah.
single one. It's just we aren't. It's not us fighting. It's
Forgot
just
about this
us.
part.
Information.
It's information and then aiding parties that we side with because they're against either Russia or the U.S. You know what I mean? And then we give them money and weapons, and they do the fighting for us.
Yep.
Essentially.
Yep. We give,
So Cold War never ended.
It just evolved.
It just evolved. Communism stopped. Whatever. And then we played nice. 'Cause
Oh, God.
it'd be
Oh,
economically
get rocked.
beneficial, but we still hated each other, and we still spy on each other constantly. So
We spy on each other
be
when,
fair-
when all of our friends are taking showers together.
everybody spies on everybody, right? It's everybody just plays nice because you know.
Who's that? Oh.
Just ignored it.
Who's that?
One shot and monks, dude.
But we'll have to be back with more Boomer Talk and Echo Boomer Talk.
Echo Boomer.
Boomer Boom.
Let's watch this thing blow up
Talk,
one more
talk.
time real quick.
He was doing the Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
The squirry.
Sutherland. All right.
We'll
bye.
be right
All
back.
right, please out, dudes.